OK, Alison. Now, what do you see?
A square.
Good, good. Just try and relax, Alison. New card. What do you see?
A triangle.
Good. And the next?
A heart.
A heart? You see a heart?
Yes.
Excellent. And now?
I see water.
Water? How, Alison? What shape?
3 lines like waves.
Excellent. And now?
I see a number, but it's not clear.
Good, good, good. Take your time, Alison. What number do you see?
She's holding it out to me with both hands.
She, Alison? Why do you say she? What's the number, Alison?
I'm
Why don't you listen to us?
I'm trying. It's the number 8.
The number 8?
Yes. Yes, the number 8. It's hard to see, but it must.
Alison. And now?
The number 8. She wants you to see it.
The number 8? Good. You see? And now?
I'm trying to tell him. The number 8. The number 8. It's for you. The number 8.
Did you listen to us?
It's fading, but I can see the colours. Red and orange and green. She wants you to have it. She's holding it out to you. Why won't you listen? Why don't you see? The number 8!
Alison! Alison!
Laying the foundations for another breakdown.
Jack, the woman is an eccentric, and nothing more. It's time for you both to move on.
But David,
let me make it clear. As far as I'm concerned, it's a blessing in disguise. She wants to leave, and you're out of funds. Even if you wanted to keep her here against her will, you can't afford to. Furthermore, the Institute is keen to avoid a lawsuit.
A lawsuit? That's just ridiculous!
One with good grounds and bad publicity to follow. Alison believes that the prolonged and intrusive treatment that you prescribed deepens her depression. And I'm inclined to agree. I've seen to it she's been sent a timetable of reduced medication and dailies to bring this to a satisfactory conclusion for all sides.
For all sides, David? You went behind my back. You've been talking to Dr. Francis too.
Jack, surely you've seen the difference in her. How much brighter, happier, looking ahead instead of backwards after what she's been through. It's for the good of you both. Because of what she believes, Alison has a renewed sense of purpose, of restored faith. Is that any different to those amongst us who pray to an invisible God every Sunday? Who eat his body and drink his blood? People like you, Jack. People who don't need to be medicated or supervised or guess what shape is being held up on a card in the next room.
She knew about the diver.
And the fact that he had a wife and 2 children. A lucky guess. Or overheard amongst the turmoil in what was probably a very sketchy timeline. Look, I wouldn't be surprised to see her tour the nation's village halls over the next few months. And good luck to her if that's her chosen path. You've grown remote from your patient because she isn't the goose you hoped would one day lay a golden egg. Alison either can't or won't play your game. Regardless, we have other patients with far greater needs who aren't here for novelty value. Let's get this done and dusted. Hello, Alison.
Dr. Lewis. Dr. Benedict.
Excuse the interruption, Dr. Francis. Jack.
Can we get the formalities over with? Alison has somewhere else she'd rather be.
Feels strange that I've spent my last night here.
I'm sure. But a natural progression nonetheless. And you'll have sporty and...
Dr. Francis.
For Christ's sake, after all we've done to protect you, are you going to persist with this when you're outside?
After all you've done to protect me, why just to thank you for turning me into a zombie?
Don't give them any ammunition, Ali.
It wasn't like that. You were out of control when we brought you in here. Your imagination had taken over. The media were having a field day. Something had to be done, and something will have to be done again if you persist.
You tried to dull my senses, instead of helping me to sharpen them.
Sharpen? A man died, Alison.
Because of me?
Because of your so-called senses. Then what do you think his family will say?
If I offer them help.
If I offer them help, David, surely you're not going to allow this.
Alison, I strongly...
Ali, let it go.
Look, let's just try and take the heat out of this situation before you leave.
You promised to listen to me when I came here, but instead you just doled out the drugs and sent me back into the fog when you were bored.
That's not how it was.
That's exactly how it was. I decided to keep some of these back each day, so that I could take them all at once and be free of you. But as this filled up, this started to empty out. The fog began to clear, and when it did, this is who was waiting for me. A parting gift. A thank you for all you've done for me.
Dr. Francis, I presume.
No, Eleanor.
Ellen? My mother? How did you...
I searched everywhere for this. Turned the place upside down. I thought it was lost for good.
It was split between the wall and the radiator in your office when you moved your desk. That's where I first met Eleanor. She told me where to find it. She said it was your first day at school. But anyone could guess that. The photo's black and white. But I'm told your blazer and shorts are purple. And that, again, that could be another lucky guess. St. Edward's Junior Boys. I know, you can see the badge. But you have a brown leather satchel just out of shot. And a Batman lunchbox. Old school, Adam West. Light blue costume. A cheese sandwich. Some Ribena in a plastic flask that always leaked. Some smoky bacon crisps. Got a lot more in a packet back then, but God knows how many more additives. Some toast wrapped in tin foil for your morning milk break. You wanted to be the monitor, but Toby Dunn got that job. Toby died 4 years later. Leukemia, in case you've forgotten. She helped you back your new books with leftover wallpaper from the back bedroom. Your favourite subject is art, and you paint a picture of the two of you at the beach. Red stripy deck chair, and a floral umbrella that turned inside out and flew away across the sand. You both laughed so much trying to catch it. Your dad isn't in the picture because you didn't want your mum to be reminded of him. That's when she started to run out of smiles. When your dad left. Broke her heart. But not yours. You had us yourself.
Ali, that's enough.
John is the name on your birth certificate. But she always called you Jack. A bedtime story for my Jack and Nori, your favourite TV programme. She's a beautiful and fragile soul. You called her your butterfly. The number 8. Remember? It was her. She wanted to get a message to you from me through me. She's the reason you became a mind doctor, isn't she? You're listening to me now, Jack. I could go on. But I won't. Or the bloody airlines you work for. Thank you very much. Can you get a signal on yours?
I don't have one.
You don't have one.
No.
You don't have a mobile phone.
No.
Have you lost it?
No.
Was it stolen?
No.
Hang on, you do own a mobile phone?
No.
Are you carrying me on? Who doesn't own a mobile phone? Have you ever owned one?
No.
Do you answer no to every question?
No.
Have you just escaped from the loony bin? You one of those people who sits in a dark room with tinfoil on their heads?
The answer is yes to both of those questions.
Sorry, you must think I'm a nosy bitch. Jenny Regis. I always introduce myself and have conversations with strange men. That's what the heroine does in chick flicks. Not that I'm suggesting there's anything romantic going on, but we did both laugh, and that's nothing against all the men. Phew, I'm out of breath now.
Hyatt. Francis Hyatt.
You must be 006 and a half.
Sorry?
You introduced yourself like James Bond.
I did?
But you're not a secret agent though, are you?
No.
But you would say that though, wouldn't you?
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, you have scratch marks on your hands. I hope you're going to tell me you got them from a cat.
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
What breed?
Norwegian blue.
Sounds posh, but it doesn't explain why you're sitting in the Wi-Fi room when you haven't even got an iPad or a laptop. Are you a stalker? Are you following me? I recognise your face. I'm sure you were eyeing me up in Smith.
I am not a stalker.
But you were eyeing me up in Smith.
No, actually, I was buying it on the road.
Here was me thinking you were just happy to see me. I'm just pulling your leg. Oh, God. Sorry, of course you're off the telly. Well, I have to, I know you. Smith! Of course, you're a writer. I've seen your photo on the cover of a book somewhere. Photoshop, of course, but totally acceptable for a man of your age and still a fair likeness. You must have worked out.
Not lately.
Now I remember. My mum has a couple of yours. I'm sure she said the first one was bollocks. I don't know why she bought them. You don't look very romantic if you don't mind me saying.
I don't write novels.
Oh, let me guess then. Judging by your hands, it's not DIY. Yoga.
No.
Well, you're definitely not a chef. You smell too nice. Not that I've ever smelled Jamie Oliver to compare, but I'd always imagined he'd smell a bit fried. Gardening, that's it. Do you know Alan Titmarsh? Have you just done a makeover for a wounded soldier?
No.
You're a professor then, like Richard Attenborough. Mum loves animal books.
David. No, I'm not a professor. I am a doctor, though.
A doctor?
Yes.
Why would my mum have books written by a doctor? She's not sick, is she? Well, what are you a doctor in? It's not cancer, is it?
My mother doesn't read my books because she's sick. I'm not that kind of a doctor.
What then? Don't know any doctors that bake.
Well, there's probably some that do, but I don't. I explain alleged psychic events through scientific fact. I was sort of semi-retired after my last book, but now I'm researching a new one.
You're like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. You see dead people.
Sixth Sense and boy, but no, I don't see dead people.
At least you go to the cinema then, which means you probably haven't escaped from a loony bin. Unless they have a movie night. Do they outside where you live? You don't see dead people. What good is a psychic who doesn't see dead people? You mean they're good in a haunted house? Unless you're a priest. Oh my God, you're an exorcist!
I'm neither a priest nor an exorcist.
But you've been to one.
No, I don't believe in them, and I don't like mediums either.
So, you're a spoiler. You ruin things for people who have a little bit of hope, like my mum. Digging where you're not invited. I bet you've never even had the Ouija board out.
I provide a conclusion based on evidence.
No wonder Mum said your book was bollocks. Are you saying you've never seen a ghost?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Up until now, I've never seen a ghost.
So you don't believe in them? Oh, look out, here's Miss Congeniality.
I'm so sorry. I hope you can still reach your mum.
So you bloody should be. I mean, it's not as if you're busy. And she's gone again. Gosh, what's this? Aww, the password to You said you used to investigate psychic events.
Yes, I've been researching different religious attitudes towards the concept of purgatory.
Purgatory?
Are you familiar?
Purgatory? Oh, yeah. We're big into suffering, us Catholics. You know, when I was a kid, I actually used to think it was a big tree that they made you sit in. A bit like the naughty step, when you were too good for hell and not good enough for heaven. How long you spend there and how much you get your ass kicked depends on how much of a shit you were when you were alive.
Fair description. And you know, many religions have the same sort of beliefs, like the clearing of debts before reaching some higher level of existence. It doesn't always have to involve pain and suffering, though. In fact, some people say if you take religion out of the equation, purgatory makes more sense.
How so?
Well, basically, some departed souls...
Have you ever met a soul?
No. As I was trying to explain. Some departed souls get stuck in a loop, repeating an event near to the time of their death. As it comes to its conclusion, it begins again. Now, they don't know their past, so around they go, as if it's all happening for the very first time. It's not all about sins and atonement and getting into heaven. And it's also why some psychics believe they always can't contact those who've departed, which I find a little bit too convenient.
You're not keen on psychics?
No. There is a lot of frauds out there. There is one I've been paying attention to lately.
Mellowing in your old age, eh? So you don't just sit and suffer for a bit in purgatory until they let you into heaven? Oh, bloody thing! Still no connection. I knew it was too good to be true. I'm in a bloody loop here. Can I get a selfie anyway?
Well, I suppose so. I don't think it'll work.
Are you claiming to be an expert in mobiles now? There's no sign of the incoming flight, let alone my one going out. Hey, you're on the seat next to me. Welcome to the Long Delay Club. It's always like this here. The locals call them Fly Maybe. Looks like you'll have plenty of time to explain your theories.
If I can get a word in edgeways.
Sorry, I'm not normally motor mouth. That's my mum's job. Just that I'm terrified of flying and that bloody storm coming. I was going to get the boat, but I didn't fancy being knee-deep in vomit either. I just want to get home. Do you think they'll cancel?
No. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Are you a pilot?
No.
Flight controller, weatherman, stewardess, baggage attendant?
No.
A fortune teller?
No!
Sorry, being a bitch again. And I want to ask you a favour.
That's the way.
You must think I'm a big boss, but would you hold my hand on the flight?
Of course.
Mum says it's the safest way to travel, but...
She's right. And it is, normally. Am I right in saying your mother's Alison Regis?
Yes. How do you know her name? Are you sure you're not just secret Facebook stalker? I mean, it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
She contacted me, an email. Found my books, specifically the one she thought was bollocks.
I think you thought both were bollocks. She's a big believer of my mum. I get my mouth from her. Hang on. You have emails, but you don't have a mobile. Do you have a laptop?
No, it's a desktop one. It's in my office.
You don't sound very convincing. It's not just ghosts you don't believe in, is it? You sure you haven't just escaped from an asylum? What was she having a go about? She's a bit of a warrior when she gets on a keyboard. A glass or two of Prosecco in her and she's hard to shake off. She reckons she's a bit psychic herself, but I say if you can't come up with lottery numbers, then what's the use? Is it that loopy purgatory thing you were on about?
Yes. She said we could help each other find the truth.
The truth? She still believes that wrestling isn't fixed and the judges see everyone who auditions for X Factor. She must have been a full bottle into the evening. Take a notice. I love the bones of my mum, but... Oh, look! We're being called to the gate. The incoming must be due. Better late than never.
5 hours a year.
Certainly feels like it.
Jenny, I need to explain before it begins again.
Again? Before what begins again?
It's the anniversary.
Care, Francis, you were right.
It's the anniversary.
Nearly my birthday, that's what you mean. How do you know?
The anniversary of the flight, of your flight.
My flight? The flight I'm about to take? The flight we're both about to take? Holding hands so I don't freak out, which I may well do.
The flight you took a while ago.
Look, I've seen Final Destination. Are you suggesting we give it a miss because I'm well up to that now?
You can't.
You're sounding like Doctor Who now! What's going on? What's happening?
It's okay, Jenny, it's okay.
Raise the balloon. Is this a wind-up? The guys at work, they're always pulling stuff. Are they here? I feel weird. I'm going to be sick. You put something in my drink. Help! I please.
It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
She was sat right there. She just wanted to Skype her mum, but I was rushed off my feet. By the time I came back with the password, she was already heading to the plane. Her mum visited this morning. She brought this. I know it's against health and safety, but we both just burst into floods of tears.
Where has everyone gone? Please say it's a dream. Please.
It's okay.
Another delay and another. I'm going to cancel. I just bloody know it. I've been standing here for bloody ages with this balloon, and I don't do stress. She'll be terrified if there's anything like this where she is. I've tried calling her 5 times, but nothing's getting through. I know I'm being selfish, because she could have stayed another night, but it's her birthday tomorrow, and she should be at home with her mum. It's a surprise party, and well, now the information screen says that the plane's landed there and is expected to depart in 10 minutes. But I'll believe it when I see it. So much bloody hassle for a 20-minute flight. I can remember things, but I don't want to. Why can't I remember things that haven't happened? I'm walking to the plane by the runway. My hair is blowing across my face and sticking to my lipstick. It's raining hard, and the wind is pulling up my trolley bag, twisting the handle and making it bounce from one wheel to another. I drop my bottle of water, then the wind takes it spinning across the tarmac into the darkness. I've got a fashion magazine to pass the time, but now that takes to the air too, like a weird supermodel kite. Perfect faces and perfect hair, off to their next shoot. I'm frightened. It's not easy getting up the steps, hanging onto my boarding pass like grim death. I could break an ankle. I knew I should have worn my trainers. Now I'm putting on my seatbelt, and there's another delay. The plane is only a quarter full. We might not fly. I don't want to. I never want to, but this time, I really mean it. I want to get off! I want to be in my bed, waking up from all of this, and it's my birthday! I want my mum! I'll be 21 years old in 3 hours, and I want my mum more than ever. But you said you're not psychic. How are you here? How did you find me? How does someone who's not psychic see a spirit, a soul, a ghost? I can't remember it all. Why is that? The emails. You and Mum. Why am I in purgatory? What have I done wrong? Oh God, surely I would know. I should feel sad, but I don't know what I feel. That's why you're here, isn't it? I'm the evidence for your book.
What it's worth.
The plane's heading down the runway and the storm is pushing and pulling at us. I'm terrified, but not in the usual way. I asked the person next to me if he would hold my hand, and he does. I haven't paid him much attention so far. Just there I got on. The bastard can have the window seat for all I care.
Oh, you are joking? We're right next to the emergency exit. But it springs open and we get sucked out over the Irish Sea. The guy looks familiar, but I don't know why. My mind has no time to wander. I dig my nails into his hands and try to smile and say my name, but he can see my tears and he says, Hyatt. Francis Hyatt.
Taken off. Steps on the screen. You can tell those who are waiting for loved ones. They're all looking a little bit happier.
The runway is coming to an end, and I hear the pilot say, Jesus! Brake! Brake! No one's prepared for that, and I'm shitting myself. What seemed like an age that was screaming and spinning and banging, and the smell of burning fuel and nothing.
It's gone. It's not even on the screen. And there's a change in atmosphere behind the desk. New people have come out of nowhere and they look official and a bit solemn. But it's okay, because I would know if it wasn't. But I'm just going to try Jenny again. And this time it's ringing. And she's going to answer and tell me that she's fine.
Why is the plane on its roof? And why can I see myself just hanging from my seat like a rag doll? My undies showing. The guy next to the window looks worse than me. That'll teach him. I shouldn't be mean. He held my hand after all. He still is. The plane's broken. I'm broken. Everyone, everything is broken. There's a bloody Toblerone and that's broken. Everything is broken except my phone. I've been through 3 of them in 2 years, and the first one to have a reasonable excuse to break doesn't. And it finally has a signal, and now it's bloody ringing, and there's a blinding white light as I'm trying to reach it. Shapes of people moving away from me must be towards rescue, but I'm not going anywhere until I tell my mum I'm okay. I'm not dead.
She isn't answering. And goes to voicemail. And I end the call without leaving a message. I should have at least told her I love her.
I want to tell her what's happened when the water's flooding in. It's getting dark. I can see it, but I don't feel it, and I don't smell it anymore. How many times have I been through this? Hundreds, thousands, millions, endless loops. Tell me! Tell me!
I don't know.
People often say, looking back, it's all a blur. But it really was. We're brought to another room and told there's been an incident. No, there's no explosion, which is good news. And the plane's hardly in the air, which is also good news. It's gone into the water just offshore, and all the emergency services are now at the scene. So we're hopeful that it'll be bumps and bruises and Instagram photos. I don't feel anything, so I'm fine. But then, what's coming through on the net isn't what we're being told. My phone tells me that there's unlikely to be any survivors. But they're wrong. I tell the people around me, Jenny's alive! Jenny's alive! My daughter is alive! Some are looking at me like I'm mad, but some are clinging on to hope, and I tell them I know. The phone says there's no sign of life. The fuselage is broken in 2 and is now into water. It's been 15 minutes. Survival is now unlikely. And I'm screaming, she's alive! She's alive and you're wasting time! The storm is too strong to send divers in to enter the plane. But I won't let it go. There must be an air pocket. The people around me are shouting as well. There's an air pocket! There's an air pocket! Why is nothing being done? Reached the emergency services via the press, but the relatives believe that people are being left to die. There's a psychic claiming that there are survivors. A diver has entered the water against his commanding officer's wishes, and he's not coming back. The plane has shifted into deeper water, and he can't get out. And he's got a wife and 2 kids. I know, because he told me. That and the fact that everyone there, including Jenny, was dead before he got there. And he's died needlessly because of me, my fucking sixth sense, and I can't cope. People around me are shouting because I've told him who I'm talking to. And it's on the telly, and people with camera phones have it live on Facebook. And they take me through to another room with a bloody balloon following on. And it traps in a door behind me and explodes, so there's even more panic. Now there are policemen running around with guns, and they fetch a doctor to have me sedated. And why can't I see Jenny? Why? Funeral's just a day. Reporters and photographers shouting at me. Zelda's going to duet with George Michael as Lady Di. And they put me in the loony bin until Dr. Benedict arrived. And it's months before I can even remember my own name, let alone my daughter's. I feel different. I feel, I don't know, I'm not frightened anymore. Do I head towards the light, like in the movies?
Yes, just like in the movies.
I sneak into Dr. Benedict's office while he's on his rounds. That's where I first met Ellie. She gives me his password so I can use his laptop and email Dr. Francis. I tell him what's happened, and I ask for help, but I get no reply. I do this for weeks without any joy, so I Google him. And then I know why. He was there, on the plane, right next to her. I ask Ellie to help me find him, and when she does, I ask Francis to help me find Jenny. And so today's the day. Can you actually believe that I flew here?
Will you tell Mum that I love her very much?
She knows.
Are we not just laying the foundations for another breakdown?